Hello everyone, it is your boy Winster and I am back at it again with another video. Today we are doing test hands with the Illusion Chimera strategy. The full deck profile is going to be on my channel if you guys want to check it out. And I have a short version of it as well. I'm going to card it somewhere on screen so you guys could check it out. If you guys enjoy this type of content, we got deck profiles, testing, combo tutorials, Yu-Gi-Oh skits. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. I would really appreciate it. Also, check out the description box. I have a very active Discord, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. If you guys want to join up in the community, come and chat with me personally. I'm always in my Discord, super active. Let's go ahead and get right into today's testing. It is going to be a little bit different from what you typically see. So there is something that I want to implement on all my testing videos moving forward. Now, this came from my personal experience. Anytime I'm looking up a deck on how to play it, the typical end board, how does it look like, even testing, a lot of these videos, almost all of them, are missing one key thing, and that is the opponent. Even though we want to make it a one-player game and we don't allow our opponent to play, this game is a two-player game, so having the opponent is really vital. It's crazy on the boards that some decks can put up, but when you don't get interrupted, yeah, that's going to happen all the time. So I really want to segment this video, or in all my videos moving forward, how many hand traps can the deck play through. Now, there is a little bit of a disclaimer. There are countless of hand traps or countless uses of how to use specific hand traps. I think the ones that I'm really going to focus on are the ones that are at least meta relevant. Not to say your Droll, your Phantasme, your Nibiru aren't good in that specific matchup. Is it a card that every single deck is playing at the moment? I only want to focus on those hand traps. Like Effect Veiler, Ash Blossom, Imperm, Ghost Mourner. So we're going to segment the video overall on how many hand traps you could play through. No hand traps, one hand trap, two, and then three. Alright, so segment number one, we're going to do no hand traps versus this hand right here. And we're just going to combo it out on what the board could typically look like. Obviously, we want to lock out our opponents. But we're going to go ahead and give it a nice shuffle, and then we're going to go ahead and cut the deck. So we're just going to assume that we're going first, right? So we're going to go ahead and draw 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so realistically, this is not the greatest of hands. We have the ability to go into Dragoon already, so that's pretty good, honestly. There's a number of ways that we could go ahead and do this. Damn, this is tough, man. You know what? I'll just do my regular combo. I'll do Kodo. Kodo effect. Of course, it's going to search out the Mirror Sword Knight. And then here, we would do Mirror Sword Knight normal summon. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of polymerization, though, honestly. Dark Magician and the Fallen of Albaz, even though this hand is a little bit of a brick, we still have coverage. So we'll summon out the Dragoon. We'll activate Mirror Sword Knight. Effect is going to summon the other Big Wing Berfilment. Okay, Big Wing Berfilment effect is going to search out Gazelle and Chimera Fusion, and then we have insulation, right? We got protection with the Dragoon because we have the one card in hand. So we're locked here, and then we'll go ahead and activate Chimera Fusion, fuse these two. We'll go into this guy. We will do Chainlink 1 Gazelle to search, Chainlink 2 Berfilment, target the Mirror Sword Knight to summon, and then Chainlink 3, the Chimera at the end phase. So summon Mirror Sword Knight, resolves, Big Wing or Gazelle searches. So I guess here we could search out the Apprentice Magician, but Apprentice Magician is going to get us nothing, right? I mean, it's just going to get us another illusion monster, which isn't bad, but there's no other way to add. There's no other way to add, because if we get Apprentice Magician, Nightmare Apprentice, we have to get Diabels, right? Because we want to lock out our opponent to summon it. But there's no real way to get this and Diabels in the graveyard to summon it off of the Master Tau. Yeah, I think like this could be follow-up for next turn. I think might be the best case scenario. Yeah, and then we're gonna activate Chimera Fusion, add it back. There's just no real way to optimize this hand. It was a little bit of a brick. I'm not gonna cap. Yeah, I think the best option is just to fuse again. These two. And then summon this guy. Effects. We're gonna dump the we want to lock our opponent. Again, that's the name of the game, right? Stopping our opponent to play. We wanted to make it a one-player game. We don't have Guardian Chimera, but we have everything else pretty much. Yeah, I think here we would just go ahead and pass. We have follow-up for next turn. Right, like during our opponent's draw phase, we activate this. Banish that, summon this. And then we still got the Dragoon protection. Worst case scenario, if they did have a hand trap that would have stopped the Big Wing Berfelment, we would have had like one list card. But yeah, our opponent's locked. We'll probably summon this in defense. And then all our Mirror Sword Knight and then Cornfield Coddle are still active. So I think this is still pretty good. Our opponent has one hand trap, and that is Infinite Impermanence. Now, I didn't want to give Effect Veiler Ash Blossom right off the bat because I play Triple T, and we want to make sure we give our opponent every single piece of knowledge that we know. So let's just assume they know everything about Illusion Chimera and where to perfectly negate it. Our opening hand is Big Wheat Berfelmet, Cornfield Coddle, Droplet. This is not a good hand. And then we got Polymerization. Wow, this is a pretty bad hand. So yeah, draw a standby main. I think yeah, it's pretty obvious. We do Cornfield Coddle. And then we're for a second there. I kind of had a little spasm in my mind. I forgot what card to search. We're gonna add Mirror Sword Knight. Mirror Sword Knight, we're going to go ahead and normal summon. Here, at this point, you know, again, people don't read, so they would probably attempt to activate the Imperm here, but no, because this is a quick effect and they could dodge it. So, again, we're giving our opponent all the knowledge. We're just going to assume they're a master of this deck, so we're going to activate the effect. They're not going to activate Infinite Impermanence here. It's not an optimal place, even on the summon, because you just quick effect. Yeah, we're just our only other target, because I only play two, is we're going to summon the Gazelle, the King of Mythical Claws. We're going to summon a defense foe just in case, and then we're going to activate the effects. Our opponent is going to chain Imperm. It's going to get negated because I don't have a... I mean, I can't even Droplet, right? Send it as cost because they have to control a monster in order for me to activate this. So yeah, that would resolve. But luckily, I have a Polymerization. And then we have these two guys here. What is the optimal routes? Because if I summon the regular guy... if I summon this guy, it's not going to give me much follow-up. They're both going to trigger, but there's no way to get Big Wing Berfelmet back on the field. Alright, because Tau will summon an illusion. This guy summons he sends anything. But yeah, we'll go into this one. Alright, because we need follow-up. We need to do something. Yeah, so we will do... Yeah, so Chainlink 1, or Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, target Chainlink 3, right? So, Chainlink 3, we are going to send a Fiend, Beast, or Illusion Monster. I mean, we'll send this, because, I mean, even if we get an Illusion Monster, there's just no real way to summon. So, yeah, we'll send this, summon that... And then we'll search an illusion monster. Yeah, it's already normal summoned. We'll search... I mean, even if we get this guy, there's no real way to summon him. We'll get the Apprentice Magician. Yeah, that's like really the only answer. Wow, that's crazy how these are all together. So yeah, we'll search out the Apprentice Magician. Even if that is the case, it's just... like, there's nothing else to do. I can't fuse again. That's the issue. Yeah, I think realistically the only thing that we can do is this. Set the infinite impermanence and pass. So our end board is, this is all in the grave. I just think we really bricked super hard. But one infinite impermanence really set us back. Alright, we're power shuffling, guys. So instead of using 2 targeting, we're going to use Ash and we're going to use infinite impermanence. See how it goes. I want to switch it up. Only reason is because, like, right, like, targeting kind of, like, we could stop targeting. And again, I don't want to just make it easy for us. So we'll cut. That's typically the way to go. Alright, let's see. What is our opening? Ooh, pretty good. Alright, we drew the brick again. Master Tau, Dia Bells. These. Ooh, okay, we got some fusioning going on. Okay, there's a couple routes that we could take, right? I think the obvious one is using Nightmare Apprentice. Yeah, I would summon Nightmare Apprentice and then discard. Well, discard this and then activate effect. If they're starting off with this, the player automatically assumes that they have like another starter pit. In this case, we don't. So I think it's safe to say that they would probably imperm this. I would imperm this. Because that's a powerful starter, right? They search whatever. So we use the one imperm. And we don't want to do Ash because we want to save the branded fusion or the Mirror Sword Knight. Okay, so there's a couple ways that we could do this. I could use polymerization to go into a Berfulment, or I could tribute summon the Apprentice and then fuse. Yeah, I think that might be the best option. Okay, so we will tribute summon Nightmare Apprentice, and then we will go ahead and normal summon Big Wing Berfulment effect to search. They would probably Ash this because if they already normal summon this, they're not going to normal summon the Veiler. Okay? Alright, that is fair. We will now activate polymerization. There's usually no real way to stop that, so we'll do that. We will go into this guy. We got a couple effects. We got 1 chain link, 2 target this to summon, but then I'm locked to illusion. So we're gonna floodgate our opponent, guys, and then chain link 3, obviously. And we're gonna send Hodo will just give us a little bit of protection. We have floodgated our opponent, right? Like, they won't be able to activate like Super Poly or anything like that, so that's pretty good. But we're still able to set up a little bit of a board against 2 hand traps. Again, I think we bricked a bit because we keep opening the Big Wing Berfulment. But yeah, let's do now 3 hand traps. I keep opening the Big Wing Berfulment, man. I do not want to keep opening that thing. Like, please do not give me Big Wing Berfulment. Like, I just keep opening it. Like, Big Wing Berfulment, polymerization. Give me branded fusion. Give me something. Give me something. Because you're playing through 3 hand traps this time. 3 hand traps. You got Ash, Effect Failure, and Infinite Impermanence. Alright, so our opening hand is going to be Patchwork. Okay, that's really good. Forbidden Droplet, Big Wing Berfulment, Gazelle, and then polymerization. Okay, this is not bad, actually. I would probably do Patchwork first to search. Given that our opponent has these 2 in hand, and they see that it's Patchwork, they're already assuming Branded Despia, something along those lines. And these 2, even if it's not Branded Despia, they have these 2, so they could still dodge if I have the Chimera Fusion, right? Like, so I don't think this is the right thing to Ash. I don't think you really ever Ash that. And so we'll get that. Again, oh my god, why do I keep breaking this bad? It's bad. It's at least playable. We will go ahead and do... Yeah, I think the right call is to normal summon effect to search. We want to get the Chimera Fusion, but our opponent is probably not going to allow it, and they don't want to play into Talon, so they'll probably activate the Infinite Impermanence. Okay, I will now activate Polymerization, fuse these 2. Okay, so yeah, we'll probably do this guy. We want to resolve all these effects. We'll go Chain Link 1 Gazelle, Chain Link 2, edge him chain, chain link 3. I would not want my opponent to. I already use this, and I already have potentially one. Our opponent could potentially have like 1 card starter and then maybe a board breaker of some sort. I don't want them to get rid of that, right? So I would probably negate that. I would probably effect Veiler. And considering that they still don't have like the quotas and stuff, and they could potentially still have branded fusion, I don't think it's the right one. So yeah, negate this. We still search for patchwork or for patchwork, and then we search an illusion monster. We could get Nightmare Apprentice. I don't really feel it's gonna do much, but whatever it is, man, whatever it is. No, because there's no way to summon Big-Wing Bafflement. Yeah, there's no way. So we do this. Yeah. Apprentice Magician is still the way to go. Can activate Patchworks. They already did that. Yeah. I think summoning this, discard, and then search. Would our opponent Ash here? This is tough, right? Like I don't think they Ash this now, because they want to save it for the fusion. I still have 3 cards. Given they know one of them. Oh no, they could. Yeah, they could know. They already see I use a polymerization effect. Yeah. I would think they're assuming that they have the branded fusion. Yeah, Diabells. We search out Diabells off of the Nightmare Apprentice. We do polymerization. Yeah, an illusion. No, an illusion and a beast right here. We're gonna summon this bad boy, right? And then here, effects, Chainlink 1, target the Diabells, Chainlink 2, dump the card. So we have we got some negation here, right? Like we have a little bit of a thing. And it's saving the Ash, like that could have been Ash, right? But like they could think this is a branded fusion and they'll, like, I think that's the realistic way. They'll probably save the Ash because I don't think they would have used it on this. Like, this is already negated. But now they have to deal with this, right? So it's pretty good. The moment they said something, we just pop it. We have some negation with Mirror Sword Knight in the graveyard. Yeah, Big-Wing Bafflement. It sucks that we couldn't get him out. But overall, I think this was pretty successful. We'll probably set that card, and then we'll go ahead and pass. Overall, like, we're still able to set this up. And again, I want to be as realistic as I can. They probably would have saved the Ash for the branded fusion. And even then, we still have the Forbidden Droplet. If they do manage to send something, we could send this, right? And then we could negate some stuff. Then we could activate this, banish, and then get the Big-Wing Bafflement. So we got recursion. We got recursion for next turn, so I'm not too stressed out. And then we still got the negation, so they got to play through this. They got to play through Forbidden Droplet. They got to play through this. Even if we get rid of this, and then on top of that, our recursion for next turn, we will draw for turn. I don't know, we will draw. But yeah, I think the fact that we're still able to set up through everything. Okay, guys, so that is going to be it for today's video. Let me know how you guys felt about this format. Having an opponent, having a couple of hand traps to play through, and see what kind of board that we could still set up at the end. Let me know in the comment section, guys. I really appreciate it if we could, if you guys like this format, if we should keep doing it. But that is going to be it for me today. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will check you guys out later. Peace out, guys.